Hi again, everyone. This video is sponsored by contribution from Tori, and here's her story. And this is Tori, who has the grandmother who won't stop shitting that she's forced to take care of while her family basically gets to live their life. So she sent in an audio recording. It is an hour and 2 minutes. So here we go.
Hi, it's Tori. Thank you for the video, fabulous like always. Don't feel bad about taking my money. I get satisfaction that my narc is losing. Anyway, here's the scoop. So the narc's car smells so nasty. It smells like shit and stale food. Anyway,
Shit and soul food.
It's so bad that I refused to let her take me anywhere. I hated when she picked me up from work. That was when I worked in the bakery department in Walmart. That was after I left. I was there a year, and I left overnight so my father could take me to work at night. But during the day, he would take me in the morning. He would have to get up like super early. I had to be there by 5 a.m. on the dot every morning. So every morning I would get up at like 3 a.m. But I would wake him up about 4:30ish because I live like 3 miles from work and I don't have to be there until 5. But I would come there like 5 minutes early. But I would be there at 5, and then I'll get my breaks and my lunch. Then I'm out of there by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But that's when I have to call her, and she would have to come get me in the afternoons. And like I said, her car was so nasty anyway. I got my driver's permit, and that means I'm halfway there.
Good.
All I gotta do is practice driving some more and like get my license. Hopefully I get that this spring.
Well, that's going to be important for you, Tori.
This is a little bit awkward for me. I thought this would make it easier for me to be understood, because sometimes when I do my emails, when I do my weekly email, this is how I do it. I would sit down, or for my breaks, my 15-minute break and my hour lunch, another 15-minute break, I would sit down, pull my phone out, and start writing what was going on, any stories I can think of that I want to tell you. And I would reread them and reread them and reread them. And then I'll go, this sounds good. And I'll send it, and when you read it, I could have put something there. I'm missing words. Like, maybe this might be easy for me. But yeah, I'm gonna give this a go.
Well, don't worry about how you write. Whether this is fine how you're doing it, and if you want to continue with your writing, that's fine as well. Okay, your writing is getting better. I mean, and you do have a learning disability, so it is something you need that holds you back, and that's not anything you need to be embarrassed of. You're communicating fine with me. We're working on your issues. So keep doing what you need to do. This is fine. Okay? You got your driver's permit. That's excellent. I can't tell you how excellent that is. Okay, hopefully by spring you'll have your license, and then some more opportunities will open up. But you see what she's going through here, this girl. She gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Her job's only 3 miles away. She's got to get her father up at 4:30 to be there at 5 to have this horrible woman come pick her up in a soul food and shit smelling car to then be abused for the rest of the day by her. Wonderful environment.
But after her car wreck, it's different because she couldn't drive, which she got her car taken away for 8 months. 8 months, I want to say.
Should have been forever.
She's not, well, one of the videos is and she's infirm. And I don't really know what that means, but she's not in the wheelchair. She was using a walker. She's kind of infirm. I have to look that word up. I don't know what it means.
Infirmed? That means she can't move, so. But right there, Tori, I mean, the fact that you don't know what a word means and you look it up, you read the definition, and now you understand it. Okay, this is all part of your development. All of it. And we already know your grandmother is not infirmed, that she can get out of her wheelchair whenever she chooses, because she throws herself on the floor looking for attention, doesn't she?
But this is the third time I'm doing it. I didn't know I couldn't pause my recording, and I deleted all my recording, and I'm kind of upset about that. But hey, this gave me another chance because I was ranting and raving the last one, and I nearly started breaking down. How to fix that?
Well, I'm sure you're not doing anything different than anyone else, Tori. I mean, people who send me recordings say they make multiples before they can send me one. So you're no different than anyone else.
But it got so bad in the car that I would either find another way home or take the transit. Because I live in a small town. I live like in a really, really small town. And we have transit that can, it's only like $3 where I live. And I only live 3 miles, and that's not the big deal for me. I'll fork up $3 to go anywhere. My
Right.
little town.
Like, she already doesn't make a lot of money. She's working overnight at Walmart. She can't even accept. She doesn't even want to get in the, rather spend the $3, the little money she makes, okay, than get in this shit-smelling car to be abused. I mean, that's really where she's at.
I mean, it's Oklahoma.
And it's
What's
Oklahoma.
bigger than Oklahoma? Okay, never mind. There's bigger places than Oklahoma.
There's just not a lot to do
I wasn't
there.
even born in Oklahoma. I was born in North Carolina. We only moved to Oklahoma because my father was in the army. So was my mother. And my parents were both married before. My dad married a few times and divorced. And my mom was married to an abusive guy, I guess, probably abusive to her. I guess he was a narc. Maybe he was a narc.
This is the first you're telling me any of this. I didn't know your dad was in the military. I didn't know your mom had a. See, this is the first I'm hearing this. So this makes a little bit more sense to me on what's going on with you.
I can remember one time getting visibly upset because the guy found out where she lived and sent her a letter. But she never told my father. I don't think she told my father about her first marriage. My dad was married like 4 times. Doesn't really matter.
But she told you? Wait, she told you, but not your dad? I mean, he must know by now, right? I would imagine.
My father was adopted. Him, my uncle, which my grandmother disowned, and my aunt, who my aunt's another story. My aunt. And then my favorite uncle, which is my grandfather's child, making him my dad's half brother, which I found that out, which I thought was cool, kind of. And I know my dad had children, so I have half sibling maybe somewhere. I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to find. I don't want to know really.
It seems like you got a lot of family history going on, Tori, and I know you're struggling with this a little bit, because you're trying to get a lot of it out. You got a lot of confusing stuff going on in your family, and looks like a lot of back history of abuse and narcissism and lying and shifting responsibilities that has seemed to have all kind of come to a head on you for some reason.
My family secrets are just insane. I did tell you, I think, in my second video, which I talked about my grandfather, my mother's father, leaving money in stocks to me,
Right.
the golden child, and my two golden children cousins.
Right, I remember that.
Call them golden children because that's who they are. They were spoiled rotten by my grandmother because she lives so close to them, and they live so far away from me and my sister. But we are not allowed to touch that money. Even though I say, let me have the money, I'll send a gold. If I got a hold of that money, I'll be putting Narc in a nursing home and getting a car.
Well, why would you spend your own money for your grandmother? That's your mother. See, again, that's your mother's responsibility. Now, I would wonder why they're holding this money from everybody, because that's what narcissists like to do. They like to hold money, say you're not responsible enough for it, but won't use it to help you better your own life.
Buying an apartment. I mean, I'm saving my money. I have money in my savings, but it's a little over 1,000. I just started that savings account not too long ago.
Good for you. Keep saving your money. That's excellent. You already got over 1,000.
I just started that savings account not too long ago, and I'm proud of myself.
Look how, I'm sure you've been afraid, Tori, to do the simple things in life because you've been told about your learning disability. Okay? But yeah, you have a learning disability, but you can do the same things everybody else can do in life successfully. You know how many people try to open up a savings account and can't save dime one? That you've already been able to put away $1,000, over $1,000. That's not it. That's not nothing. That's not nothing. And you should be proud of yourself. And as you keep doing these things on your own, you're going to get more and more confidence. Absolutely, you will. I would figure with over 1,000 saved in the bank, knowing that what rents are in Oklahoma, it's not very. I would figure you should be pretty close to being able to get your own place, Tori. Don't rush into anything, but I mean, you save another 2 or 3 grand, you'll be able to get some furniture. You really set yourself up well. Plus, you get your driver's license on top of that. You'll be in really good shape.
I'm really proud of myself for saving that money.
You should be.
I can't get on my account now. But
Well, you don't have to get into the account right now.
I worked overnight for a year before the stress of working with one manager. He would always yell at me. He was always yelling. And I couldn't stand yelling. I still can't stand yelling. I don't like to be yelled at. I mean, my emotional state is not the greatest. I mean, I guess something happened when I was a baby. And messed my emotions up. And I was diagnosed with ADHD, and I was on medications for that. But I stopped taking them when I was 13 or 14 years old. I just stopped taking the medicine one day. I think they misdiagnosed me.
Probably.
I want to say they misdiagnosed me.
They just like to put any kid that's active on Ritalin. You know, and it's lazy parenting. It's lazy parenting, and it's the pharmaceutical industry pushing these drugs and probably leading to a lot of the conditions that you're dealing with today. Okay, because a lot of times when these kids stop taking these Ritalin, they normalize.
Child. Yes, but so was everybody else in my class. I mean, they're children. I tried to learn. I didn't understand anything. I mean, I didn't start reading till way later. My parents tried to teach me to read, but it didn't work out, and I finally learned how to read. I had trouble with math. I had trouble with simple math sometimes. I can't multiply very well. I can't divide. I can't do very much with my life because I don't have any skills. I didn't have any work experience, and my parents were pushing me to find a job. I waited 4 years after I graduated high school before I went out, and I had a job coach.
I want everybody to notice here how Tori's ability to speak changes when she's talking about what's really angering her and what her frustrations truly are, instead of when she's trying to, I think, what you're trying to like figure out what to say next. You're fluid, you're flowing easily, okay, confidently in what you're saying. The fact that you know what multiplication is, you understand what division is, you understand where your problems are, and the frustration that you're not getting them is telling me there's some kind of mental block going on in your head. It's not an intelligence issue. Okay, I think it's a packaging issue of how you were taught or how you needed to be taught, because there's some kind of almost like something in your head not allowing you to absorb this information, even though you want to absorb it. And when you talk about that, I could see when you talk like this with your anger and your frustration like this, I can see the girl you're supposed to be, you are. I could see who Tori is, okay, with outside of whatever was going on in your childhood with the diagnosis and the family history of narcissism. I could see it right now. You know, I could see it in how you're coming across.
I can rant and rave about this job coach. She was so horrible. When I was filling out, when you work at Walmart, you have to take this test. You have to take. I don't understand this test you have to take.
It's like a new hire employment
but
test.
you have to take a test. And she kept giving me all the answers and treating me like I was stupid.
Right.
Which irritated me.
Right.
Which made me think I didn't. I mean, I tried to be polite, and it was really hard for me to be polite after a while.
Right. Because you want to walk, or you want to pass or fail on your own. Okay, and I think you realize even if you fail, you're going to take something out of it and learn from it. Okay, because you have the ability. You obviously have the ability to learn. It's just a matter, I think, of technique. Okay, and what I think it's all your confidence. It's your looking over your shoulder of who's going to try to take over and run Tori's life and treat Tori like she's retarded. She can't do anything for herself. That you can't do anything. That's not it. I understand it, and I understand where this frustration is coming from, and my heart is going out because I could see who you are trying to break out, trying to break through all of this, through the learning disability, your family, trying to be who you want to be.
And then I got the job at Walmart, and I was like, cool. Okay, I got this job. How are they gonna train me? Are they gonna train me on it? This is my first job, and I didn't know. Like, are they gonna on the job train me, or are they just gonna throw me to the wolves and hope I live? And they trained me.
Yeah.
And it was just simple things: cleaning, mopping, sweeping, unclogging toilets, which I didn't do until like a year into the job. I didn't clog toilets. I'll go find one of the boys and go, hey, go clog this toilet for me. It's gross. I ain't gonna touch it. And we have this baling machine, and we would throw the cardboard in, and it would smash it down and get to a certain point, and
you have to tie the
you're
bales.
gonna need a bale made. Okay, you're gonna have to train me on how to make. They train me how to make the bale, and then after they train me, it was like, okay, we're gonna train you, and we trained you. But we're gonna have to watch you for a while when you make the bale, because it's extremely dangerous. And I don't want to see a person get hurt here. Like, okay, that's fine. I'm glad you're gonna watch me. I'm glad you're gonna, like, show me how to do this properly, because this is extremely dangerous.
Yeah, bales can be dangerous. When I worked at ShopRite, I mean, used to use the cardboard baler. And what can happen with them, because once it's full, you crush it down, and then you're supposed to put these metal ties through the top, go around the back, string it underneath, and then there's a loop, and you twist it, and you let it up, and it's to expand. Well, so if you made either the ties too tight and used enough of them, those fucking things could blow. And when they blow, I mean, it is boom and cardboard, and it can hurt somebody. It really can.
And we did, and I was never alone when I made a bale. I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a bale. Can you come help me? Or, and it's a bale. All I say is, we need to make a bale, and they'll come fall behind me. But with my department manager now, he is like, okay, you've been here almost 2 years. Make a bale. I want to see you make a bale. Like, okay, by myself? Like, yeah, by yourself. Do they not let? Oh, they never let me do a bit by myself. They always have somebody there just in case something happened. And he goes, oh, that's a good thing to do. But I just want to see if you know how to do it. Like, I know how to do it, but I'll show you. I'll make this bell for you. And I made the bell. And I did it right and everything. And he showed me I did it the more difficult way. There was an easy way to do it, and now I know the easy way. And he was like, okay. He was like, okay, I want to see how you clean the bathrooms, or I want to see how you do this or how you do that. He was just, what's the word? What's the word I want? Um, what's the word? I have it tip of my tongue.
He's just controlling is what he was doing. You know, he was looking for something.
Evaluating.
Yeah.
He's evaluating my skills and see what I'm good at and what I need to improve. Well, I need to improve a lot, apparently. And recently he came up to me and he said, you improved a lot since you first started. And I go, so you're going to train me on how to ride the scrubber? And he goes, you don't know how to ride the scrubber? I go, no, I've been here 2 years, and they trained everybody else on the scrubber but me because I don't have a driver's license. And they go, you don't have a license either? Apparently, my department manager is nearly 30 years old. Shout out to him if he ever sees his videos. Hi. But yeah, he didn't have his license either. And I was like, well, that means I can't drive it, right? And he goes, there's no reason why you shouldn't have a license, or not a license.
Be able to drive the scrubber.
Why you don't have training. Because one day I'm not going to be here, or the other person who always drives the scrubber, he's an older gentleman, sweetest man on earth, gives me a ride home every day without fail. And I'm never even about to ask him anymore. He goes, you need a ride home? I go, yeah. He goes, okay, I gotcha. And sweetest person on earth. But he's like, there's no reason why you shouldn't have driving a scrubber. And I go, so you're going to train me on how to drive the scrubber? I'm so happy. And he trained me on how to drive the scrubber. And after a few days, he let me loose one by myself. And I crushed it. I got it stuck between 2 registers. And I hit something and I got it stuck. And I was a little upset that he was going to be mad at me, and he told me it was okay because everybody crashed the scrubber once. And it made me feel better because I didn't get yelled at. Because I was immediately afraid that he's going to start shouting at me like I bothered him.
Yeah, Tori's constantly afraid of being. I mean, you're constantly afraid of being yelled at. Okay, when you're training on a new piece of equipment like that, people run those scrubbers into shit all the time. You know how many times they would break a case line at Macy's with those scrubbers? That's just part. I mean, this girl is so terrified to learn anything, to open her mouth, thinking she needs somebody watching her to do everything. Okay, and she wants to just be able to do what she needs to do, live her life, learn new things. But on the other hand, she's also terrified. You got to open your mouth, Tori. You got to say, hey, I want to learn how to do that. I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how to do that. And what I think your boss was doing was figuring out, they've been treating you like a baby there for 2 years. And Tori can actually do a lot of things, a lot of things for us that, that's actually beneficial. We're not using Tori correctly. So as you're doing these things and you're learning these things, you're getting more and more confidence, which is a really, really good thing. And I think that's what you're telling me.
And like, please don't start shouting at me. It's okay. Everybody crashes this thing. It's now duct taped together. It's being held on by duct tape. I wish I had a picture. I might have a picture of me riding the scrubber. I'm gonna have to send you the picture of me riding the scrubber. It's awesome. It's the best job on earth. I get to sit down for a while. But my father, which I think my parents are enablers to my grandmother because they let her get away with so much crap. I mean, so much crap.
Well, they're obviously.
I told you about the pizza.
Well, they're obviously enablers to your grandmother, who would give that woman her keys to her car back, or make their daughter take care of a woman like that. They're obviously enablers.
I think I explained about the pickup. I may not know any details. I think I told you on the Skype about the pickup, but I gotta tell this one. She has this cup. And she would pee in it at night. And the reason why is our house gets kind of dark, but we keep most lights on. We have a light in the living room that turns on at night, and we have a light in the hallway. So we can see down the hall. There's one of my dogs. He's black. His name is Bobo. And he likes to lay in front of my bedroom door because he loves me to death. But he loves to lay in front of my door. And he's back and you can't see him. And there's many times that I check over the darn thing. I mean, he just lays there and I just trip over him. But she'd pee in the cup. The problem is, she would also pee on the carpet because sometimes she wouldn't get it in the cup. So her room stunk like urine, like week-old urine. And she would dump the cup in the kitchen sink instead of in the bathroom toilet. I told my mother after I walked in and went to use the sink and smelled like pee. I texted my mother and said, she's been dumping her pee on the kitchen sink. You need to stop her. She is going to kill someone.
Yep.
And then she started dumping it outside because, I don't know. And my mother had several talks with her. And she threw away the pee cup. My grandmother goes to church on Saturdays. And she walked into her bedroom, found the cup, threw the cup away, and a day later she got a new cup. It was Saturday, Sunday. Monday, she went out and got a new pee cup. Because I used to have Mondays and Tuesdays off and go back Wednesdays. Thursday, yeah, go back. But now I have Friday, Saturdays off. Which I hope is a good weekend. I got one more day with this marriage and nobody else. One more day.
This is unbelievable.
And she would hide the pee cup. I mean, she would hide it. So my mother would think she got rid of it after she got a new one. I knew she got a new one immediately after my mother. She's gonna get a new cup. And she did get a new cup. And it was kind of annoying because
I would say it's annoying every time you get a new pee cup.
Because she's peeing in her bedroom. A almost 70-year-old can't be bothered to walk down the hallway to go to the bathroom. And I don't. I'm actually glad when she first, well, back when I was a kid, she was used to stay in my bedroom for the week she was here. So I would have to clean my room. I mean, literally clean my room. I'm an extremely messy person, and I don't like cleaning very much. Hence my night job as a maintenance worker at home. Oh, the irony. The irony. The irony of me working at Walmart as a maintenance worker.
I think that's, maybe it wasn't, and maybe. All right, looks like that was the end of the recording because all dead air now after the fact. Yeah, I'm at the end. All right, it's all dead air now. All right, so I guess that's the end. All right, Tori, first off, a very good job. And I know how difficult this is. This is for you to do, trying to get this all out there, processing it with your, with your learning disabilities, with your confidence issues. But you're doing good. You're doing great. Okay? You want to try to be a little more free flowing when you talk, relax a little more. Okay, don't be so nervous, but you did great. You really did. And what you're doing in your life is really to be commended. Because for a young girl, being what you've been through, dealing what you've dealt with, okay, and taking the steps on your own that you're taking, you're absolutely right. You have every right to be proud of yourself. Okay, and use all these as like little victories, even if things don't work, like when you crash the scrubber. Okay, you learn something. Nobody screamed and yelled. Everybody makes mistakes. You're just like everyone else. You're just like everyone else. You can, you know, I could see the person you are. I could see it. So keep moving forward. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Thank you for sending me this. Thank you for coming to me. I appreciate it, and it means a lot. It really does. It means a lot that you come to me for these issues, and I really want to help you get to a point where you can be happy and not having to deal with fucking pee cups. Pee cups. This poor girl's got to deal with pee cups. After scrubbing floors at Walmart and cleaning bathrooms and doing what she's doing and all this, now she's got to go home. Okay, to deal with hidden pee cups being dumped down the kitchen sink. And what does mom do? I'll talk to her. No, put the bitch in a goddamn home. So, thank you again, Tori. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice for Tori in the comments section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, or you'd like to set up a private Skype, phone call, or email, or private video, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon. Oh, remember to like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video updates. Take care, everybody.